The MLB is a $36 billion organization that has around 75 million fans that watch its games every year. This sport is America's pastime, and it brings families together to have a great time and create memories. But there are some people that have memories that they don't want to remember, or memories that are so bad that they can't remember them at all.
The guarded side. His fight to leave Cuba. He says he tried so many times to leave his homeland that he has a hard time recollecting that first instance and doesn't much care to speak of it.
¿Cuándo fue? Es que fueron tantas veces que ya no me acuerdo cuál es el día. Si me dices la última, sí, maybe me acuerdo, pero la primera.
Bueno, la última.
No me acuerdo. No remember. Nadie se debe acordar de ese primer día.
Yasiel Puig is an MLB baseball player that was born and raised in Cuba and always dreamt of making it to the show. But the thing that was holding him back from showing his talent to the MLB was the U.S. embargo on Cuba. It was imposed by John F. Kennedy in 1958, and is still in effect to this day. This is the reason why around 6,000 people died from the year 2000 to 2016. These people just wanted to start a better life, but they had to go through harsh conditions to do it, and most of them probably never made it to the U.S. For example, Yasiel Puig fled Cuba on a cigarette boat with black market smugglers linked to drug cartels. Smugglers had neither Puig's or baseball's interest in mind and kept Puig hostage in a hotel room on an island off Cancun, Mexico, where they threatened to cut off his arms unless a shady Miami agent paid handsomely for Puig's release. It is not just Yasiel Puig that did this. There are other talented baseball players such as Lenny Martin, Jose Abreu, Aroldis Chapman, and many other Cuban baseball players that made it over to the U.S. These four players all have one thing in common. They were smuggled and transported illegally in harsh environments and even were held hostage at a point in the journey. The levels of racism definitely play a big part in human trafficking. The reason behind this is because there is a level called institutionalized racism, which means that people are differentiated access to goods, services, and opportunities based on their race. By the research that was done, that definitely is a big problem. Mostly all victims of human trafficking are colored. When they are going through the smuggling process, they are not treated right. They don't have shelter and other things to keep them healthy. The victims are also put into a position where they can't help themselves, so they have to rely on what they are given through the journey of the harsh conditions. Another topic that applies to human trafficking is the strict father model. The MLB sets strict rules that the players have to follow. If the players don't follow them, then they will get punished and have consequences for it. No player will ever have more power than the Commissioner Rob Manfred, also known as the Father, as the MLB. According to human rights, human trafficking in the MLB is not ethical. The reason for this is because once they are taken by the smuggler, they don't care what kind of conditions they put the victims in. They are just in it for the money. They are taking many rights away, such as the right to life, liberty, and security of person. These players are being sold and bought by people that have a lot of money and power. Some also get threatened very badly by the people that are smuggling them. This really takes these victims' lives away and thrown into other people's hands. It is also similar to slavery. The victims are transported to the U.S. for around $10,000 and put into harsh conditions where they can possibly die. According to the UDHR, also known as the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Article 13, Part 2 states, "Everyone has the right to leave any country, including his own, and to return to his country." This is easily violated because people like Yasiel Puig, Jose Abreu, Ladies Martin, etc. are not allowed to leave their country because of the Embargo Act the United States has with Cuba. Another right that is being violated is Article 3. This states that everyone has the right to life, liberty, and security of person. Many people lose their lives from human trafficking, not just baseball players, but also people that are trying to start a new life. An organization that is working towards human trafficking, and the MLB in general, is Polaris. This organization is very effective. Their team puts a lot of time and effort into analyzing trafficking networks in Mexico and the U.S. as well. They have helped pass 127 trafficking laws at the state and federal level. Also, they identify or responded to 31,000 causes of human trafficking. They have around 80,000 individuals and organizations trained to identify and stop human trafficking in the world. Now I want to take a stand and say no to human trafficking in the MLB. 75 million fans of the MLB should stand up and use the power of social media to spread the word of this horrible crime that is happening every day of our entire lives.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long